It's great to be here. We're at the final round of the Off-Road Championship. We've just spoken to Don Murray, who looks after the Shercos here in Australia. And he's lucky enough to have here Thomas Teissier, am I pronouncing your own name correctly, whose father is the founder of Sherco over in France. And well, first of all, welcome to Australia.
Thank you. We are in Australia since the 13th of August with my colleague Pascal, that was the chef of factory during 7 years. And we are here because we are quite exotic brand in Australia, not for trial but for enduro particularly. But we start step by step to be present more and more. We see that there is an official team of KTM, Suzuki, Husqvarna and Yamaha, and we try in our part to do a correct job. Here we have Jess Garner that competes in the World Championship. He's not present at this race, he's in France. We have Till Coman also. And we start with the Team Australia and Don Murray to create an attractivity of a brand. We are here with a two-stroke. We have also a 450 that is good for this type of market, because now we have a 250 300 4-stroke that is really good in France. Win the press test in face of KTM 350 and Husqvarna and Userberg. So we hope to do the same result here in Australia. We know that the 450 is very important, so we have developed a new 450, a big fuel tank of 13 litres that we'll put on all our range. The 450 has competed last year in the Dakar in the 14th position, so it's quite good. And we have the 250 two-stroke here that we will homologate in a few days. That realized the second position in Portugal with Fabien Planet, so we think it will be good for the future.
Well, you guys invested quite heavily in the 250 and 300 2 years ago with the WP suspension and all the Brembo parts and a completely revamped bike. Yep. Obviously the 300 got a longer stroke engine, but now so the focus, obviously you guys with both the bigger bores, the 450, 500 and also the two-stroke now, huh?
Exactly, because we have started to develop a 450, and at the end it's different in United States, Australia and other countries like Brazil. Because the 450 is very popular, but in France, for example, you go to a race, you never see a 450. And it's more 250. Here it's completely different. With a big land, Australia is 10 times France, no? Yeah. So it's totally different. And yeah, we have a 450 is already okay, and with a 250, we want to place to organize in the next year to have one rider per model. It will be good to prevent the range. We hope to do this.
Tell me, I think the first time your father took an interest in Australia was after Australia came second a year ago in the 16 Euro, second to France, who are dominant. I think they got four world champions in their national team. But was that what made you guys sort of think, hey, let's come out to Australia and look at what the brand's doing here and help support its growth?
Yeah, in Australia, concerning rider, I see that it's totally different than in France actually. In France, it's more close to motocross. When I come here, I see that we have something to do. We hope to collect more and more riders to promote the range. Actually, there is Jess on the small block of 4-stroke, but we will need more Australian rider, because at the end, as we see with Philips, for example, in Husqvarna and another brand, Australian rider is quite good. So I think we need to have a more Australian rider in the World Championship, like other nationality.
Well, let's hope so. I'm sure there's about 50 guys in this paddock here who'll be happy to ride for you over in Europe, huh?
We know that.